And I recently listened to a neuroscientist, law professor who was talking about the need for cognitive
Liberty.
liberty.
Hmm.
So say what you like about
Sure.
that word, those
Mm.
words versus freedom of
So
mind.
cognitive liberty is interesting. It's the most developed part of academia. It's the most developed part of Wikipedia as well. And cognitive liberty really refers to my understanding of it is that it refers to the right to, one, protect your mind against technological invasion, and two, to potentially enhance your mind using neuroenhancements. So I do see cognitive liberty as complementary to freedom of mind. I think it should be brought under the umbrella. But the threats to freedom of mind, the threats to our mind, are not just technological. So I see cognitive liberty as part of the piece, but I don't think it's the whole picture. And the other thing, which we will get into later, is that we need to popularize the notion of freedom of mind. Everyone knows what freedom is and what the mind is to some extent. Most people, or a lot of people, don't know what cognitive means. So I'd be wary about using a term that comes across overly academic as the centerpiece for a human right to freedom of mind.
Right. And I personally think of intellectual stuff or, frontal cortex operations only. And
Mm.
of course, my model is the bite model of authoritarian control, which I did my doctoral dissertation on. I felt like my mind had been hacked by
Mm.
the Moonies cult, that I had been enslaved psychologically without my consent,
Yeah.
and I was in a trap where I couldn't reason my way or reality test my way out of it because there was no framework to say, hey, mind control exists, and here are the components, and here are the steps you need to do
Mm.
to reality test, which I actually, as you know, I did a TEDx talk. How can I know if I've been brainwashed?
Yeah.
And in this day and age, people are online on their smartphones for 8, 10 hours a day, sometimes longer.
Mm.
And there's no longer a need to get people to an isolated physical location
Mm.
because their information and their mind is being captured hypnotically and otherwise from being online.
Mm.
And now, with all the data that's been collected on people and the understanding of neuroscience and AI,
Mm.
targeting people to manipulate and control them in mass is now a possibility within the next
Mm.
year or two.
Yeah.
And especially with deep fakes, audio as well as video deep fakes, we really are in a crisis of freedom
Mm.
of mind.